Hey. Grinding. Playing the Nuggets. 33-10. I'm averaging 52 and 16. This is our lineup. That's it. I froze.
That's a solid team out there. You guys will have to bring it.
Take a tire iron. Put it to my kneecaps. Granted.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Granted. I might just listen to this off stream, but I want to listen to it again.
Sourdough pasta.
It's time to revolutionize the pasta. Sorry, that was a burp. Get away from me. If I was you, I'd watch what you say to me. Snakes all in my bed wanna lay with me. This ain't no motherfucking game. Why you play with me? Don't play with me.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch.
Give me that shit, bitch.
Find themselves. We're almost at game time.
My point.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Taking a look at Portland, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And
I wish my name was like Carl.
below them.
Well, I think for Denver, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Now the starting group for the Denver
Focused, I'm focused. She got a body like that, I never seen nothing like that.
and for the Trailblazers,
Like a fantasy in front of me.
Shaden Sharp. Then there's Ayton. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
To quote Cam Akers via 2021, I want a GF, man.
And it's going to be the Nuggets off the tip. The three-point shot.
Who is Gilliard? Gabe Gilliard.
So important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
He's wearing my shoes.
You can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off.
Oh, fuck.
What's really cool about Jokic is that he's just as effective working off the ball. He's ready to shoot when he catches it.
And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Like everyone else, MP is focused on his big matchup against Nikola Jokic. He knows the MVP race could be altered with this game. I asked him about Jokic, and he told me the Joker is special.
No, I don't want to be on Aaron Gordon.
IQ is off the charts. It's
Hey, change this
Einstein
up.
level. He's thinking 3, 4, maybe 5
Oh, shit.
moves ahead. High praise from his fellow MVP.
That works.
Guys?
Well said, that is high praise indeed. Those two both play, David, high-level basketball, and it is fun to watch. Here's Flash, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. And Sharp.
That is not where I meant to pass.
Pass to Flash, 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Now, here's Jokic. Here's Gilliard. Looking
Shoot
at his
it.
numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
That's right, you idiot.
Here's Flash.
Come here, Alfred.
Pass to Şengün. In the corner, Henderson with it.
There you go, Scoot.
From beyond the arc.
Selfless with the rock. Şengün won't hesitate to make a pass out to a ready shooter.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. In the corner, it's Gordon.
I go hard in the motherfucking paint.
Poked loose.
I'm out on the floor.
The Nuggets with another miss.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Flash. Back to Sharp.
Go Shaden. Okay.
Mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Gordon. Here's Gilliard.
Let him shoot his buns. Get the ball.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. And with the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard showing us this month's top passers. Well, you look at Flash, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And, of course, Jokic. He really does a great job leading his team. Such an unselfish player.
If you look at the work,
Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I cannot.
in the NBA.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain
I don't
possession.
even know how much I really made, I forgot.
This last
It's a
month
lot.
has been positively
Fuck that, never mind what I got.
16 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And really, he sets the table for this team with his playmaking.
Unselfish at times to a fault. He just makes everybody around him better.
Ayton, the pass to Sharp. Here's Flash. Lets it go from deep. It's good.
Here we go.
Flash has got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And we have a timeout called by Michael Malone. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Fuck that. Never mind what I got.
His effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Here's Rupert. Nothing on the board. Pass to Brown. Here's Gilliard. And here's Jokic. Şengün covering. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün.
Good hands.
Had Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything. Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him.
Aha.
He would be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Henderson, no one around him.
There you go, Scout.
Trailblazers, another 3.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
No problems knocking that one down.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Trailblazers leading by 4. To the wing right side. Pass to Flash. Back to Sharp. And foul
Good take,
on the
good
shot,
take.
so he'll get a chance at the line. Teams are evaluating Clark's statistics and reviewing performances in more detail, I think, than ever before.
I agree with you. I mean, the complexity of the reports is much more in depth than it ever has been, and with that comes an increased level of scrutiny and expectation.
Yeah, but can we talk about the deep state for 30 minutes?
10-point game his last outing. Spins. Jokic, no good. Blazers on offense. They're on a 13-4 run. Henderson. That one a little long.
Can't get an assist.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. He thinks they need to focus on speeding up Nikola Jokic rather than trying to slow him down. Coach said Jokic dominates the game at his own pace, so we need to put more pressure on him and not allow him to play so patiently. Of course, that's easier said than done. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
Splash.
Flash gets it to go.
Totally unselfish play there from Ayton. Sends the ball to someone with a wide open look.
Here's Gilliard. Pass to Rupert. Jokic against Şengün. Shot clock at 6. With some art.
Get that shit out of here. Good defense, Auburn.
Check in. Here's Brown. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Flash. He's got 8.
Oh.
Jokic with the steal. Pass to Gilliard. Over Ayton. Stolen. Here's Flash. Sharp on the wing. Şengün the bounce pass. Shot clock at 5. Henderson outside. Takes a 3.
It was a bad possession.
It's hauled in by Gordon. The Nuggets trail by 7. Here's
Can't get a
Crawford.
dime.
His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Jokic.
Good defense. Good defense. What the fuck?
2 points. That one goes. Jokic has got 7 points.
Really hard to move Jokic off the blocks. He's tough down there.
Here's Flash. Pass to Sharp.
Come on.
Gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Swinging, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Portland.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists. And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify it.
Here's Flash. 8 points for him. Down low. Here's Henderson. Misses the layup.
Oh, damn it, Scoop.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Tries the spin move. Pass to Strother. Here's Brown. Another three for Denver.
God damn it.
It seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And so Chauncey Billups calls
No
for the
shit,
timeout.
Sherlock.
He wants to talk to his guys. Trailblazers leading a switch here. Diaz checked in. Denver also making some changes. Holmes checked in, and it's Williams in for Christian Brown. Here's
We're
Flash.
done.
Pass to Klingon. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball
Done.
effectively here. So
Who is more?
Now here's Moore. They look to him for part of their offensive attack right now.
He's also wearing my shoes.
Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. For one, the Trailblazers.
Why is he blonde? Leo Moore.
just tremendously disciplined.
Yo.
Offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Hope you're having a good night, Dev.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Flash. 8 points for him. Here's Sharp.
Shit in.
Good with the triple.
Gotta make that shit, god damn it.
Outside Williams. Pass to Moore.
Huh?
From the line. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
That's one he knows he should have played.
Going inside. Here's Sharp.
Shit in.
Corner, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Moore outside. Out to the wing. Holmes kicks to Williams. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Portland's gone 4 of 8 out of 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter. Here's Klingon. And the rejection.
Fucker got blocked.
Moore outside. Jacks up a 3. Strother, no good. Portland leading. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Flash. Back to Abdia. Wide open look.
Okay.
Bounded by Moore.
I guess even
Just grinding some My Team challenges?
to miss one of those
Interesting.
once in a while.
The kick out to Williams. Gordon a screen. Here's Moore. 2 free throws coming.
I didn't foul him.
Call the shooting foul.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. How last month turned out for him, he's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch. No question about that. Things got tense down the stretch. They didn't fold. They stood their ground and got it done.
Pass to Rupert. And again, Denver no good.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but
Oh,
certainly a
fuck.
good sign for them going forward.
Now here's more. After the miss from Flash.
Oh, it helps you hit level 40 faster. Got it. I have never ever maxed out
Here's Rupert. Defended by Avdia.
on levels since they came out with the season shit.
And now running up the court, Avdia pushing it up. 32 seconds left in the first. Flash passes to Ayton. Over Moore. And that one's good, Ayton.
And adding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Here's Frother. Hasn't made one yet. 12 seconds left to play in the first.
What the hell is he doing?
Shooting on sharp. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Frother.
Get that shit out of here.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
You could be my it girl.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big
Oh, yeah.
plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Nice out there with Emerson. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe.
Forgot for a second I could dunk with the takeover.
That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Uh-oh.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey guys, Flash in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He had an impressive number of points and was reliable as ever from distance. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Glad to hear you like the MyCareer.
Indications are that he feels good coming into this, feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
That's good from Flash. But we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
I like doing them
It really
because
is, Kevin. I mean, you almost
not only
feel
is it
like
me
every 7-footer in the league
in these
is
career
a
modes, and that makes it fun.
shooter that can
But,
consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I
I'm 5'8",
enjoy it. I mean,
so
the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently.
makes it pretty difficult by default.
And we're shooting their 5th and 6th free throws.
Welcome to the channel, B. Like 33 and 10, I think. We're a half game ahead of San Antonio.
That free throw good from Tate. Murray's checked in for 8. He doesn't get the second one.
I got it.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Flash passes to Sharpe.
Reset.
Anderson. Here's Flash.
That was weird.
Pass to Sharpe.
Yeah.
Holmes with the steal.
God damn it.
Here's Frother. Back to Moore. And here is Holmes. Here's Rupert. Scoreless thus far. take, no good.
There we go.
Holmes against Sharp.
Let's try this again.
Here's Flash driving to the basket. And the
There you go, Shaden.
Sharp's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Jeremy Grant, who's checked in for Portland. And a switcher also for Denver. Williams is checked in.
Got blonde man back in.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Rupert. Knocks down the three ball. Rupert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the
Brian Rupert.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Here's Flash. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Just make sure
Nice.
you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Now here's Moore.
Yeah, feed the hot hand.
Williams a screen on Grant. And he converts the layup. Rupert's got 5 points so far.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Scoot, that was not a screen.
Here's Flash. He's got 16. There's the drive.
Oh, okay.
Rupert defensively.
I got bored.
Here's Şengün. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Hey, for a big like Şengün, you need that pump fake in your arsenal.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. The free throw dropped for Şengün.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that. Made them pay.
Here's Rupert.
He stepped out.
Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And the Nuggets.
Woohoo!
Sims is checked in. Portland leading by 8. Here's Flash. Pass to Grant. 17-foot shot.
Here you go, Jeremy.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Who was that? Jericho Sims. Okay.
You can see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
Here's Flash. 5 on the clock to the middle. Sims with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 8. Moore with it. Now defended by Flash. Pass to Holmes. Here's Frother. Sims inside. Hurry on him. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Wednesday, the San Antonio
Not the time to bring up this graphic. What are you doing?
A homestand for them. And then on Friday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for their matchup with New Orleans, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with victory.
Thank you.
He's checked in for Denver. Christian Brown comes in for Williams.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think
I
twice
fucking-
about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't
Fuck.
think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Holmes checked in. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Pretty gaudy. 52 and 16. 72 from the field, 64 from 3. Two-time MVP. We won the chip last year as well.
And the pass to Holmes. For the three.
No way.
Rebound by the Trailblazers. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Flash. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries. The Nuggets trail by 10. Moore outside to the left wing. Driving inside. And it goes down 2 points. Moore's got 5 points so far.
How dare you?
Action there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Flash passes to Şengün. Here's Flash. From about 19 feet. That one good for 2. Flash has got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
Wow. They've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
There's Jokic being aggressive inside.
That was not anything to get excited about. What the fuck?
Inside the paint now.
Here's Flash. He's got 23. Pass to Şengün. And the rejection by Holmes. Here's Brown. He's covered by Grant. Jokic with it. Over Şengün. And it'll go.
Can't let him step into that. What the fuck?
Points and the bucket from Jokic.
I don't know if this is one of Jokic's preferred spots, but his smooth stroke allows him to cash in from anywhere.
Now, here's Şengün. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Flash. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Another foul.
No bullshit.
Before the half, something to keep an eye on.
I have 2. What are you talking about?
GA as he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Swinging, he's checked in for Şengün. Avdia comes in for Murray, and George is subbed in for Grant. Here's Flash. Back to Henderson. Pass to Flash. Lets it go with the 3.
Bang.
That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
It's first triple of the second quarter, 3rd of the game.
Inside, Jokic. Bruising basketball from Jokic.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb
Denny.
back into this game.
What the fuck, dude?
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Nuggets are an example of how you build a contender from the ground up. Coach Michael Malone says, I'm hoping we can be a blueprint for a lot of young teams, young coaches, and young GMs. Be patient. Let it build the right way, bring in the right kind of people, and you never know what's going to happen. Kevin?
Well, David, you've just triggered a lot of thoughts here. But doing it that way, to me, feels the right way. And a lot of fun to watch their success. And we thank you for the report.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
They set the pick. Here's Rupert. 5 points in the game.
I'm staying on him.
Releases. And it's good.
What?
The time running down on the shot clock. Rupert's got 7.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here's Flash. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Flash has got 30 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Thank you for calling me hot.
It's deflected. Here's Flash. He has first 30. They set the screen to the inside. It's picked off.
God damn it.
And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Gilliard. That's short off the rim.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul.
How dare you sub me out?
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
Well, right now for Denver, this hasn't been the dominant season they were hoping for. They've let a number of winnable games slip away. Do not sleep on them. Oh, sorry about that. They have the talent to kick it into high gear and right down the stretch.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Nuggets.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Trailblazers leading by 10. So on the floor for Denver. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Rupert in at the shooting guard position. Out to Henderson. Pass to Flash. Just 5 on the clock. Driving the lane. And he uses the glass on the way. Flash has got 32 points in the game.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Here's Gilliard. Shoots off a step back.
No, he didn't.
Jokic passes to Brown. Denver passing it around. Gilliard misses. Portland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Shoot it. I'm gonna
Gilliard.
play my Ben Simmons type defense.
Jokic with the screen on Henderson. Rupert.
I didn't mean Rupert. God damn it.
Rupert's got 10 points in the game.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. But he has to close out a little stronger.
What?
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
What did I miss?
Here he goes. From deep, Jokic. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I saw.
Here's Flash. Jokic defending. And Flash gets it to go. Flash has got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Well under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Back to Sharp. Here's Flash. Basket counts. Flash has got 38 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Jokic. Over Şengün.
Good defense.
Off the front of the rim.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Flash passes to Sharp. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot.
Hey.
Incredible.
He's having himself a night scoring with reckless abandon.
And he's nearing third place in career 40-point game.
Closing in on the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, who was able to reach that mark 122 times over the course of this storied career. You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Flash. He has 40.
I need to get out of the paint.
Here's Henderson. It's all in by the Nuggets.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Portland leading by 15. Here's Flash. Pass to Sharp. Here's Flash.
Fuck.
3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake.
And I wouldn't put it past the guys to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Pass to Gilliard. Here's Jokic. And it's in there. Jokic has got 20.
Impressive seeing Jokic go off like this. I mean, you can tell his teammates are being energized by what he's doing.
Here's Flash. Here's Henderson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws.
Take it.
Clark, I've always heard that every team when on the road will have a team dinner.
You know, that's typically a practice that most teams employ, and those dinners are memorable, especially if the food is good. But more than the food, I think it's the camaraderie and the bonding that takes place when you break bread together, coaches and players.
And Portland making a change here. Grant's checked in, and Denver with the change here too. Swathers checked in. Outside Gordon. Pass to Jokic. There's the triple. Strother, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Here you go, Jeremy Grant.
Now here's Gordon. They set the pick. Now here's Jokic. He's covered by 8. Trying to answer back.
Yeah, I got bored.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Here's Flash. He has 40. Here's Sharp. On the 3 off target.
Stop playing bad, Shaden.
Look like that. He's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Brown. Here's Strother. Buries it from 3-point range.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Flash. Henderson for three.
There you go.
Another field goal, number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And he drives in.
No, fuck that.
By Jokic.
What I like about Jokic defensively is what I like about him overall. Great instincts.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on 8. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Trailblazers.
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes.
Hey.
Goodness! What a play!
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim route.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
To the paint. Kick out to Moore. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to
That's a mismatch.
Here's Brown. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 16. Pass to
No.
Grant. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Flash. Here's Sharp. No good on the triple.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell
No,
he's
put me on
frustrated
Jokic.
with himself that he's not doing more.
The shot's good. Jokic has got 24.
I told you not
He's
to.
a big guy that can pull up from seemingly anywhere at any time. Jokic is just made a little different, folks.
Well, Clark, we know Nikola Jokic has many interests outside of basketball, like training his horses.
I love that about him. When basketball season is over, he knows exactly what he wants to do and needs to do to take care of his body, but he's not going to be a slave to basketball year-round. He's got other interests, and he's going to indulge and engage in those. He's got other passions, which I love seeing, and horses apparently one of his other passions for sure.
Outside Gordon. To the wing on the left. Jokic a screen. More. Up again. Avdia with the rebound.
There you go.
Trailblazers leading by 14. Here's Flash. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Frother. Defended by Sharp, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Holmes checked in, and it's Williamson for Christian Brown. Here's Flash. He has 40. Pass to Sharp. And yep, and the drops after rolling around the rim. Sharp's got 14.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Williams.
They just aren't attacking from the perimeter like they did in that first half, and I think that's part of the problem right now.
Sharp finds Grant. Here's Flash. Basket.
Whoa!
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage is taking a little jump compared to last season.
Don't do that.
I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
56 seconds left to play here in the third. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Get on your knees.
45 points.
And what a move, guys. I mean, he's absolutely embarrassing him out there right now.
Boy, that was quite a move, an ankle breaker for sure. And then he calmly knocked down the shot. Well done.
Yeah.
Finney Smith. He's covered by Grant. Here's Moore. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 12.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind.
I want to watch some Phineas and Ferb.
On top of this game.
No, I don't want you to set me a screen.
He has 45 points. Pass to Sharp. Grant for three. A three-pointer's right on target. Grant's got his third bucket of the night.
Boy, he's a much improved.
There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it.
Him knocking that down.
And here's Moore outside. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul.
So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it.
Sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Like maybe
And how about a look now at our assistant
building a rocket or finding a mummy or climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Discovering something that doesn't exist. Giving a monkey a shower.
With the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. George is out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Henderson. And there's Flash. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Here's Flash.
That didn't do anything.
Ayton in the corner. Lock at 6. Here's Henderson. Rebounded by Moore.
It was a bad possession.
Moore's got his 4th rebound in this one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency.
Why? I didn't call for that.
When you're looking to overcome a deficit, you got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Back to Moore. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Count that bucket.
Good take, Scoot.
From Scoot Henderson.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
No good for more. Portland leading by 11. Here's Flash. George passes to Flash. Now Ayton. Fires the three.
Here.
That drops in from beyond the arc. 3-pointer from Flash. Flash has got 48. The Nuggets trail by 14. Moore left side. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Şengün's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Flash. Pass to Şengün. George with the bounce pass. Here's Flash.
Oh my God.
Reception by Holmes. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Holmes. Murray's checked in for George. And Denver also making a switch. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Clock is at 3. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Oops. That was a big oopie.
Minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pass to Strother.
No.
The Trailblazers pull it in.
Hit me.
Bounce in this game. Ayton with it. Here's Flash. And
Yeah.
another one. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Moore. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Suck my
Able to get
balls.
to the hoop with those nice handles, leading to an easy finish.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And
Okay.
stolen by Thybulle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The first one falls.
Starting to find a rhythm from the line now as they try to cut into this deficit.
Jokic, he's checked in for more.
Playing from behind, trying to catch up at this point. They've done a nice job at the free throw line here in the second half.
Kidnap one of Jokic's horses.
Şengün. Here's Flash.
Why would you stop it? Let me do my own move.
Anderson looking it over. 6 to shoot. Pass to Flash. Shot from the top of the key. Oh, good on that one.
God damn it.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Denver. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Jokic on top. Here's Strother. Over in the corner, Williams. And he makes good on the layup.
You know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Flash passes to Şengün.
No, stop doing that, Alpern.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Flash. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Shut up.
Pass to Strother. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Grant is checked in for the Trailblazers. Denver making a switch here. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Michael Malone said to his team. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Williams. Off the mark, get a chance to trim it to single digits. Pass to Flash. Anderson to end the cold streak. Denver grabs the miss. Here's Gilliard. At the elbow, Jokic. Over Şengün. Jokic, no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Pass to Flash. Now, here's Grant. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Flash. Puts it up. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Okay, these are some bad possessions. Jokic is what?
Here's Brown. Off target from outside. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
Oh my God.
There's just no stopping Jokic on the inside.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved. A full team effort.
Outside Grant. A 3. Sinks the 3.
There you go.
Grant's got 9 points now in just the second half.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Here's Flash. In the corner.
Shoot it, DeAndre. Just kidding. Please don't. What the fuck?
And I thought that was going to drop.
Yeah, I did too.
From here.
Ayton against Gordon. And here's Jokic. Over Şengün. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Jokic.
All Jokic needs is just a little bit of room, and he's good to shoot it. You got to respect the scoring ability he has.
Flash passes to Şengün. Now here's Anderson. Pass to Şengün. Here's Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Flash. Again, what an avalanche!
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Brown. From deep, Jokic. Flexing that range.
Hey, stop doing that, Nikola.
Drilled 1 from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Sharp's checked in, and a switch here also for Denver. Rupert's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 9. A moment for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Nuggets head athletic trainer, and this is an unfortunate injury, potentially devastating for them. Right in the schedule, this is a major blow. Coaches are going to find out a lot about their team. Guys?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Flash, and the layup falls. Flash has got 55.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly.
Stop calling me hot.
The offensive rebound.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Launches a 3, hits it again.
Wow. Wow, Chad, wow.
He just can't miss.
Here's Gilliard. Here's Jokic. Şengün with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 14. Flash.
Wow.
Yep, another basket.
Make that 61 point.
Yep.
Oh shit, I fell asleep. Wait, get back here.
Here's Rupert. Pass to Brown. Pass to Gordon. And
Get shit out of here.
Şengün. Here's Flash.
Bam.
Another one falls.
And this game has his name written
Fuck off my court.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Denver calls timeout. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And the and we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
No, we don't.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Bud, what are you talking about?
Pass to Ayton. Here's Flash. And oh boy, a lot of contact.
He put his nuts on my back.
And we'll shoot two. Clark, the NBA has seen some iconic personal rivalries over the years. And I'm sure you remember most of them.
Yeah, I do. Even those that I wasn't part of as a young basketball player growing up in Cleveland watching. But I read a lot about them. Bill Russell, the Celtics, the Lakers, all of those great teams. Obviously, high school graduate of 1979 with Bird and Magic rivalry, easy answer for anybody around my age. And you think about Isaiah Thomas, who was in my high school class, and Michael Jordan. Those Pistons-Bulls rivalries were pretty intense and must-watch TV. So there have been a lot over the years.
At the top of the key, Williams. Pass to Strother. Back to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Holmes sets a screen. Williams gets the bucket.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage.
Oh, no way. I made that in my mind.
This will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I have to believe the sweep.
No way. I made that in my mind, too.
Huge impact he had. Just a monster game for Flash.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
The kick out to Williams. Right shot. Nice jump shot. Good. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Where are you going?
Here's Flash. Pass to Klingon. Henderson outside. Here's Flash.
Donovan, you big idiot.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead, it was comfortable. They were not going.
I didn't realize the game was over.
For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
You bring you outside. Alright, got the first objective complete.
Good win. Let's keep it going.
They do say I'm in business mode. It didn't take long at all. Alright, very next game we're playing the Raptors. They're 29-12. Scotty is their MVP candidate. Ken Curry broke his fucking arm. Oh yeah, he wasn't playing, was he? Yeah, he's been injured. My bad. Hello, Obi Shinobi. Why do his shoulders look like that? Huh? Not sure if you saw this, but Paolo Banchero said Paolo Banchero is on the Raptors? No comment. Because I didn't even know he was on the Raptors. Also, I'm not fucking guarding Paolo. Donovan, where are your socks?
Let's win and go home.
Take those fucking 2K shoes off. Paolo Banchero is on the fucking Raptors? Oh my god, he is. This team is pretty good now. No wonder they're second in the East. Shit. I kind of like that combo on paper.
These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously.
I wish he'd want to fuck with the Wolf. Down south slanging, bully with these hustlers. Trying to get rid of all you haters and you bosses. I'm gonna download one of those AI girlfriend apps. You give me the fucking ball. Oh. Hey, why am I missing?
Welcome everyone to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Emmanuel Quickley.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, then it's Henderson, and it's Flash in at the point. And for the Raptors, we've got Barnes.
Jamal Sheed and Brooke Hunt. Okay.
In at the point guard position. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of 3 points.
This is Shed.
That's the usual game plan from both sides.
Jamal Shed.
Threes here tonight, and if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Pass to Hunt. Here's Shed. Let's go with a three. Portland with a rebound. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
We see these teams face off only twice a year.
I don't know why I didn't shoot.
Each 1-1.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the two games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on.
I know you've been going through some things.
Here's Shed. Pass to Hunt. Now Barnes is covered by Ayton. From down low. Barnes, no good. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Flash. In the game against Denver. Very impressive. 6 on the shot clock. And down it goes. 2 points.
His quickness makes up for whatever he might lack in size. With his burst, he can get to the bucket with ease.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Hunt passes to Banchero. He drops it from range.
You can see Banchero working to improve this part of his game. Nice 3-ball there.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game. And if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt
Oh
about
God, Shaedon. How the fuck do you miss that?
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Shed. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Banchero outside. They set the screen from downtown. Here's more. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Now here's Şengün. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. That's good.
And there's the patience right there. Şengün surveys the floor and finds his guy.
Here's Shed. Here's Hunt. And Ayton pulls it down.
He giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Flash. 7 points in the game. Henderson.
Oh, Scoot.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Well, Brent, when it comes to Scoot Henderson, his mobility alone causes problems.
No doubt about his explosiveness, BA, being one of the things he uses as...
I got work. Fuck out of here.
He gets confidence in that outside shot. People start pressing up on him. You're going to see that quick first step, and Scoot Henderson getting to the rim and becoming more impactful offensively.
Flash, no good.
God damn it.
The Raptors have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Throws it up high. Got a piece of it.
Huh?
Barnes against Sharp. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's Portland now. Henderson, the pass to Sharp. And a two-handed jam.
Good passing.
Really explosive if Sharp gets up in a hurry.
Raptors trail by 4. Pass to Hunt. Sharp against Ben Carroll. To the paint. Lets it fly. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
That's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Here's Flash. 7 points in the game. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5. Hunt grabs a miss.
Let's go, just put it up. You're not a post player. Oh, good steal.
With the teardrop.
God damn it.
And he lays it up and in.
Yeah, great positioning and timing from Şengün there. And his height helps a little too.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Cool, I didn't fucking ask.
Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day.
They beat Milwaukee.
Scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Pass to Hunt. That's it.
Huh?
Coming off an assist from Barnes.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Flash, the pass to Henderson. Here's Flash. Outside Sharp. This one for 3. And that
Here you go, Shaden.
That makes him 2 for 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
I'm gonna move your balls. Sorry.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's a normal basketball drive.
Scotty Barnes does so much for this team. That includes creating for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably the #1 attribute. He's got the length and size to be a defender that can guard 2 through 4 BA, but Scotty's a problem because he can create opportunities and advantage on the offensive. Ones are which of the teams
Oh my god.
are going to make decisions in terms of their front office to maybe make
Alfred.
a change that puts them in a position they weren't expecting a few months ago.
Here's Hunt, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Here's more. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
Good whistle there.
Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Avdia, he's checked in for Portland. He does not get the second one. Portland leading by 5. He shoots. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Barnes. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. 4-3. Fires, hitting the triple.
Shit.
Barnes has got 5.
So important to just have Scotty take these shots. It's not even about making them. To continue to build out his game.
Pass to Avdia. Here's Flash. Fires from 14. And he drops that one.
Sure. I'm going to take a layup.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
All right, I'm told we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, joining us now with the latest news. Shams, what's the update?
Shams.
It's the Memphis Grizzlies in transaction news. They've added depth in the front court by bringing in Cam Johnson. Johnson brings reliable double-digit scoring, a good touch from the mid-range, and three-point shooting. His athleticism will be an asset in grabbing 50-50 balls and in keeping the energy level high when he's on the floor.
Well done. Appreciate the report, Shams. Thanks. Here's Henderson, following the bucket by the Raptors. Flash, the pass to Davis.
I can't get open.
4 on the clock. Trailblazers got to hurry.
Why would you pass it to me?
Three-pointer sharp. Toronto grabs the miss.
I should have done this sooner.
Here's Shed. Still no points.
Sound like you just said shit.
Launches it. And again, Toronto
Fuck.
with a triple.
He felt the defender closing out to him, and Banchero let it fly. That catch-and-shoot ability is a weapon.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. He's checked in for Portland. Murray comes in for Henderson. In a moment now, we take a look at a terrific player who has earned the Player of the Week in the Western Conference.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
He gets it in there.
And some signaling here that Shaedon Sharpe continues to get better with his decision-making.
Outside Barnes. And Klingon pulls it down.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
What the fuck?
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Walter. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
Oh, Scotty Barnes, such an excellent passing wing.
Here's Flash. He's got 11. Three-pointer sharp. Count it. His third
Go Shaedon.
attempts.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Pass to Walter. The three from Barnes.
No shot.
Sharp grabs the miss.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just
Bang.
not on. Get somebody else going. Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey there. Flash in their last game against the Nuggets was lights out. He picked up 66 points.
Yeah, Mosey Moody.
Lights out from distance. What a game for him, and against their rivals, no less, which had to make him feel extra special. Guys, back to you.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Well, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here
Archie.
tonight.
And here are the Raptors now, after the basket by Portland. Three-pointer. And that one's good.
Oh, what the fuck?
Quickly can space out that floor for you. Knockdown three-point shooter.
Portland has gone 4 of 7 from three-point range here in the first. A minute 35 left in the first quarter. To the middle. Oh, nice shot by Klingon. And the
Go Dun Dun.
Trailblazers lead by 4.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Barnes. The rebound by Murray. Well, Portland's shooting right around 57%. Very efficient so far in the first. Here's Flash. Moody defends. Flash. And the basket is good. Flash has got 18.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Washington a screen. checked in for Toronto.
You say the Jaguars? Buddy, we are not in Jacksonville playing football.
And Klingit pulls it down. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
On the take. Flash, that's good. And it's an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Quickly passes to Bancaro. Pulls it. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Give him 8 points now.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Sharp passes to Flash. Now here's Abdia.
Why'd you pass there?
Pass to Sharp. Here's Flash. Up in time. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Portland, leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back.
I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, and I don't want to understood at it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. Nah, 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 come on.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out with great ball movement.
Hey, you.
Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
Here are the 5. Portland has to start the second. We've got Scoot Henderson, Alperen Şengün out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Sharp, and it's Flash in at the point. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Now here's Moody.
Y'all think you could beat Angel Reese in a 1v1?
By Şengün. Pass to Flash. Takes a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Walter from outside. On target from range. Walters has got his second basket on the night.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Flash. He's got 25. Three-pointer Sharp. Walter pulls it in.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And Caro outside.
Shit.
A deep 3.
Nah, we're good.
By Şengün. Trailblazers lead by 8. Pass to Ayton. Here's Flash.
Why'd you pass it back to me?
Down low. Sharp. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Just a gutsy play from Sharp as he goes inside and absorbs all the contact.
Up top, then Caro. Back to Quickly.
I didn't foul him. My hands were up.
Brent, we've seen Quickly step up as a team leader since he came into the league.
Well, he's had tremendous confidence in what it is that he brings to a basketball team from the very beginning. It's taken him a little bit of time to gain that in the NBA setting, but he is now asserting himself as a floor general.
Payton's checked in for Washington. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention. Let's see
Fucking hell, DeAndre.
for him. And he's been locked in at the free throw line for sure. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. You just get that extra focus at the charity stripe.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here.
They're taking some contact inside if he has to.
Flash, the pass to Sengun. Here's Flash. Off target.
Bullshit.
3-point range. Raptors trail by 6. On the wing quickly. Over Sharp. And it's quickly with a miss. And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. They've led by as many as 11. After this game, they can look forward to Philadelphia, where they'll match up against the 76ers. Got to wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Here's Flash. 25 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Back to Sharp. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Going to work inside. Sharp using that touch and nimbleness to get it done.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Pass to Banchero. There's the triple. At the arc. Banchero finds his mark.
And he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
Now here's Henderson. Here's Flash.
Oh my
He
God.
used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. To the inside. Here's Payton, and he buries his first look.
If you're only 2 players who can hit a teammate like that in stride, beautiful assist.
Here's Flash. Henderson outside. Pass to Flash. The 3.
What the fuck?
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And Carroll gets 8. And here's quickly. It's stolen by Henderson. Sharp passes to Henderson. Sharp, no good.
Oh my God.
Raptors trail by 3. Quickly outside. Up top, Banchero. Shoots over Sengun. Banchero, no good. The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. And he gets it to go. Sharp's
a good
got
take.
6 in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here's quickly. 7 points in the game. The 3 from Banchero. Sharp grabs the miss. Pass to Flash. Puts up a 3.
No way.
Another shot. And Ayton with the lay-in.
How am I missing?
7-point Portland lead.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Quickly with the ball. Back to Moody. And there's a pick. Over Henderson. And again, Toronto, no good. Trailblazers lead by 7. Pass to Flash. Another one falls for Portland.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Now here's quickly. He's closely guarded. And Banchero outside. Goes back up. Jump shot is good that time. Banchero's got 13.
Yeah, when it's all clicking, Banchero is dangerous. Look at what he's done so far.
Flash, the pass to Sharp. No good on the 3.
After getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Here's Walter. 15 in his last outing. Ooh, Banchero getting it done and tight.
A combination of brute force and skill on the interior. Paulo Banchero.
Flash, the pass to Ayton. Now here's Sengun. Flash. 27 points.
What are you doing, Shaden?
Fires it from 18. It's good. Off the glass. Flash has got 9 points in the quarter.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Substitutions here, and with balloting underway, a chance to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting.
Well, it's so interesting to see where the players stack up right now.
Well, you look at Bancaro, the fans have pushed him into the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting.
And I'm glad they have. This is a guy who deserves to be up there with the rest of those names.
And keep checking in for the latest in All-Star voting.
Excuse me.
Here's Walter. He's got 5. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
Portland leading by 5. Flash, the pass to Avdia. Here's Flash. That's 29 for him. Pass to Klingit. Here's Flash. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers. Number 1, the Blazers. Raptors 3rd.
But each one of these teams are adept at not just forcing turnovers, but also cashing in.
What in the fuck was that?
He wasn't quite as assertive as he needed to be in the first quarter, but now he's taking a more head-on approach and getting himself to the line.
Here's Shed. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Beyond the arc.
Oh no. Okay, we're good.
By Henderson.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Flash, that's good.
And Henderson just dropping an absolute dime there. Good to see him seeking out a teammate.
Raptors trail by 8. Now Barnes. He's got 7. Pass to Shed. Fires the 3. Avdia pulls it in. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They've led by as many as 11. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
In that game, they were the enforcers, and they were also efficient. That's the kind of balance coaches look for.
Well, easy to be efficient on nights like that.
Thank you.
Everybody has things going. Let's see if they're still in the rhythm tonight.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Portland shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And so he hits both. Here's Shed. Pass to Hunt. Fires from deep.
Get that shit out of here.
And they get it back. Here's Walter from outside the arc. The shot no good. Here's Flash. He's got 34. Avdia finds Henderson. From deep.
Bang.
That's good. Flash has got 37.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And watch Donovan Klingit. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Graham.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, BA. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
Get that shit out of here.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. The Raptors making a switch here. York's checked in. A minute 37 left to play in the first half. And it's Shed missing. Now Portland with it. They're on a 16-6 run. They grab their own miss.
Scoop, 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 scoop. God fucking damn it.
Off the mark. Raptors trail by 13. to Hunt. Here's Shed. He's covered by Grant. 1:11 left to play in the first half of basketball. Outside Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drills it from deep. Barnes has got 10 points in the game.
Shooting off the catch, Scotty Barnes has built out that part of his game.
Here's Klingon from 9 feet out.
No.
Rebound, Toronto. Moore's got rebound number 7 tonight. Inside. Here's Barnes. And the layup is good off the glass. 12 points for him.
We know Scotty's working on that shot. I like him getting inside, though, so he can use that touch.
Here's Flash.
Bang.
Nails it from 3.
Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy.
Seconds left in the second period. To the wing on the left. Here's Shed. Still without a bucket. Barnes, no good. Here's Flash. Henderson outside. Pass to Flash. The 3 ball.
Fuck.
And so it's Portland. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Toronto Raptors.
They've been a step slow to close out on shooters all night, and that's why they've given up so many threes. Come on, man, show some hustle.
Perimeter D, apparently not their strong suit. And now that we have some time, let's see how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
At times in the past, we've teased the fans for how they voted, but it's not easy, man. There's a lot of talented guys out here. I love to see who's leading so far.
Don't give them too much credit, Kenny. Some fans know what they're talking about, most don't.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second.
Good question, Yacht, but welcome to the channel.
Portland leading by 11. MyCareer out there with Scotty Barnes. And it's Hunt in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to Flash. Takes the 3. Drains the triple. Flash has got 43 points.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
Trying to make Barnes work for it, but defensively, have to be disciplined.
Toronto shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. Flash, the pass to Henderson. Now Sharp.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Pass to MyCareer. Here's Hunt. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Flash. He has 45 points. Lets it go from deep. Barnes
Oh, come on.
Raptors trail by 14. Pass to MyCareer. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Here's Shed. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Here's Flash. To the paint. Henderson. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, Scoot is electric. Gets to the rim with ease.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Moore. To the inside. And Henderson comes to help. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Nice, nice.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Portland Trailblazers. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Saturday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at the Boston matchup, it's always exciting when you get to clash with the #1 team. These guys will be hungry to prove themselves in that one.
Here's Flash. Henderson outside. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Moore. Moore's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
I'll tell you
Scoot is 1 of 7. Holy shit.
Tonight, but his teammates have pitched in big time.
Pass to Hunt. And Carroll with it. Guarded by Sharp. And Carroll no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight. And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Here's Shed. Now here's Ben Carroll. Guarded by Sharp. And Henderson comes to help. Here's Shed. They set the pick. Jacks up a 3.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
Portland leading by 16. Henderson, the pass to Flash. Back to Henderson. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Henderson's got 4 points this quarter.
Now, Scoot loves to attack in the lane and has the strength and the hops to be successful there.
Here's Shed. And the Raptors miss again.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Here's Flash. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. And they pick up 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
Continuing to evolve his game and take on more responsibility for this team. Sharp's such a fun young player to watch.
Here's Shed. And Carroll in the post. Guarded by Sharp. They get it again. And Carroll gets Sharp. Here's Moore. And again, Toronto no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opener.
Now here's Sharp. He's got 16. Pass to Flash. Back to Henderson. Here's Flash. Henderson outside. From the arc. Rebound Toronto. Moore's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Barnes with it. Henderson picks him up. Over the last month, these are the highest scoring teams in the NBA. #1, the Blazers.
This team has really found a great offensive rhythm lately. Running smart plays, sharing the ball, and racking up points.
Something I think everyone notices about Scotty Barnes is that infectious enthusiasm. Guy celebrates every big play for him or his teammates.
Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. Murray's checked in for Portland. George comes in for Henderson.
Ooh, like an artist getting creative in the air. He can finish above the rim in a lot of ways, and they're all fun.
Pass to Walter. Barnes with it. The three is up. Counted from distance. Barnes has got 18.
That's pretty much not how they would defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Flash.
Oh my.
Right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Shed to the middle. Pass to Walter. Lets the three fly. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Flash.
Bang.
Good. There's another. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Here's Shed. Pass to Barnes. Launches a three. He's off on that one.
I got bored.
He probably thought he was going to bury that one.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Flash.
No way.
Oh, strong move toward the rim. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Down low. Here's Banchero. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
They're showing some strength inside. Banchero doesn't shy away from the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he can't get the first one. Klingon, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. He hits the second from the line.
He gets to the line a lot. Banchero knows that and works on those shots at practice.
Flash, the pass to Murray. Here's Klingon. Here's Flash. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Raptors trail by 19. Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. Moore passes to Banchero. Connects from downtown. Banchero's got 4 points in the quarter.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Here's Flash. The baseline J is on the way. It's rebounded by Banchero. With the drive. Yes! Banchero fighting for two.
It's so
no
hard
fair.
Trying to throw Banchero off balance. He's superb at finishing through contact.
Pass to Klingon. Now Murray. Here's Klingon. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Such a wide open look. Flash has got 58.
He is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Here's Moore. And here's Barnes. The three. The rebound by Murray. Here's Flash. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Outside Barnes. Goes up. It's rebounded by George.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
God damn it.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
It's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
You can tell Barnes is eager to score. I mean, he wants to make an offensive impact.
Here's Flash. He takes it in. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play. Inside. Here's Shed. And Carroll with a screen on Sharp. Walter can't get it to go.
Now, the defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
minute 53 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Flash. Guarded by Vaquero. Flash, no good. Raptors trail by 20. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And a little bit of length and a little bit of strength. That pays off for Scotty Barnes.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
Well, even halftime, they couldn't slow them down. They've been hitting from the mid-range, though, all game long.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists.
To the obvious, checked in for George. Now here's Sharp. He's got 16. Sharp, a screen on quickly. Back to Sharp. Pass to Flash. 5 on the clock.
I got more. Fuck out of here.
Outside. Sharp passes to Flash. Sharp, a screen on quickly. Second shot opportunity. Nice deep.
I just, what the fuck?
He rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Washington passes to quickly. Here's Walter, defended by Avdia. And Barnes with a basket. The assist by Walter. Barnes has got 12 points in just the second half. Portland leading by 16. Here's Flash. It's Avdia on the wing. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Portland shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. The first free throw is good. So for the Blazers, Grant comes in for Murray. And it's Henderson in for Sharp. Both shots good from the strike. 32 seconds left in the third quarter here. Washington, a screen on Grant. A 3 from Barnes. Portland with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Flash. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Pass to Klingon. Henderson ahead. They lead by 18. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scores now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammates.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Henderson. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Flash in at the 1. Here's Flash. 3-pointer. And again for 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Quickly outside. From behind the arc. Knocks down the long J.
What the hell?
Competitive and responds with a 3 of his own.
Portland leading by 18. Here's Flash. Henderson with a screen on quickly. Flash, the pass to Ayton. And here's Avdia, guarded by Vaquero. Pass to Henderson. Rebound by Moody.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And that one's good. Quickly.
All kinds of grit there on the inside from Emmanuel Quickly.
Well, Portland's shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. Now here's Ayton. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Henderson with a screen on quickly. Back to Henderson. Fires the 3. Another 3.
There you go, Scoot.
Not a single point in the first quarter, but he's found his game, and you can tell he's got a bit of his swagger back.
Moody passes to quickly. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Şengün's checked in.
Blazers substitution. Number 28.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And Caro no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Here's Flash. Pass to Avdia. Here's the 3. Tries again. And Şengün puts it in. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
You gotta love how Şengün attacks on the interior.
Quickly outside. Caro in the post. He's against 8. And then Caro gets it to go. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Flash. Lets it go from
I shouldn't have shot that.
Rebound Toronto. Ben Caro's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Walter. Back to Ben Caro. Washington outside. No good with the triple. And it's Henderson with the ball for the Trailblazers. Avdia attacking. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
You fucking bozo.
Making some changes here. Raptors trail by 19. Here's Shed. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by.
Oh my god, I actually played defense on the interior. What the fuck?
It's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Flash. Pass to Şengün. Here's Flash. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Sharp. That pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Exceptional athleticism from Sharp, just rocketing off the floor.
The Raptors have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Here's Walter. Here's Ben Caro. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Flash. To the paint. And Şengün gets it to go. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
Just a menace around the bucket. Şengün is so hard to stop down low.
Up top, Ben Caro. Shoots over Ayton. And Ben Caro gets it to go. Ben Caro's got 25 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Flash.
No
on the triple.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Shed. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Ben Caro again missing. Trailblazers lead by 18. Here's Flash. Driving inside.
No.
Another bucket. Wow. And that's 70. He is unconscious.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Shed. Well, Brendan, a players' league, you think there's a point at which players have too much say?
Well, I don't know, B.A. I think it's always a fine line between what it is that both management and ownership is trying to do. This is entertainment, after all. But you got to lean into the players. You got to lean into the personalities. And as long as there's a respect for both of those areas, the league and the game will continue to grow.
And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great finish by Şengün. I love when he goes up with power.
Here's Shed. Out to the right wing. Fades and shoots. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Aiden's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Flash. Hits yet again. Wow.
What a game from him. 72 points.
And he's been simply sensational throughout this one. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Pass to Hunt. To the inside. Moore. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Şengün. And the first one at the line is good. Some young players coming into the league may lack experience in truly big games. Brent, you think that's a disadvantage?
Well, it could be a disadvantage, BA, but how do you get to replicate that competitive environment unless you get there? And so with every experience, young guys typically want to achieve greatness, embrace some of those biggest moments, watch and learn, and that's where you grow the most.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. Huh?
Pass to Hunt. Here's Moore. No good from outside. Here's Flash. Now here's Henderson. Here's Flash. Another one falls for Portland.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Outside Barnes. Van Carroll against Sharp. A 3 from Barnes. Sharp grabs a miss.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting him rip.
Flash, the pass to Henderson. And a miss there on the triple.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. And his tonight has been high.
Here's Hunt. Pass to Shed. Barnes a screen. Fires for 3. Shed, that's good.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Flash. Şengün passes to Henderson. Here's Flash. Hey, Graham, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, BA, through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories.
That was a weird possession. It works.
It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Portland leading by 22. Fires from deep. Hits a 3-pointer.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to Van Carroll from behind the arc. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Barnes has got his 4th assist with that last one.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like we're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Oh, connects again.
Incredible.
I pulled a Kobe.
Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There's no
I just said that.
slowing this guy down. He's on fire.
Raptors having flashbacks.
Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Flash. 1:36 left in the final quarter. Henderson misses. And for the Raptors, they're shooting just around 45% on the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Trailblazers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their exit.
Another one falls! Amazing!
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time great individual performances in league history.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board.
They set a pick. Pass to Henderson. The 3 is up. And again, it's Portland with a 3.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
The 3 from Banchero. It's rebounded by Şengün. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Flash. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. First one falls for him.
2 shots.
Good on both. We've got 13 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Shed.
Fuck yeah.
So no problem for Portland as they get the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that about wraps it up. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
Yeah, give me contacting the server.
They talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
Only a week longer, hopefully, on this bad Wi-Fi. I pray, at least. I'm gonna knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it. And I can actually play shit online again. Woohoo! And the stream won't look like fucking dog water. Alright, that's where I'm gonna wrap up. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm not sure if I will be back live in the middle of the night, but there's a chance. Hope y'all have a good one. Do shush.